And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Hi, welcome to the Dice Tower. I'm Melody, and this is my dad, and we're going to review Fauxcabulary.
Fauxcabulary, which several of my kids could not figure out how to pronounce from the box. We've already taken a look at Fauxcabulary. I've already reviewed it, although I will go over the rules again in this review. But today we're taking a look at these two expansions. We have Fauxcabulary Expansion 1 and Fauxcabulary Expansion 2. I thought maybe they would call them, Vocabulary and then some weird name, the Mukajababa expansion, but whatever. We'll take a look at these and be right back. Okay, this is what comes in the original game. You have all these cubes here and this. And then you have the different pieces here. These are the little trays that each player gets. And in this one, you're going to get a lot more cubes in these two expansions. This is some of the cubes. The rest are underneath these. So there's quite a few more dice now. Plenty of extra dice for the game. And there's also a whole lot more of cards. So let's rephrase how the game goes. What will happen is one person is going to be the wordmeister. And that person might say the name of the Wicked Witch of the South, or a mineral found only in Las Vegas, or a meatloaf made from roadkill, or a mathematical term for awesome, or in this case, the texture of old chewing gum. All right, so we don't know what the word for the texture of old chewing gum is. As far as I know, there isn't even a word. So each other team is going to draw 3 cubes from here, and they're going to look at these cubes. For example, this cube has bliss, boogie, cool, cold, XIE, tween on the sides of it. This one here has king, cut, tea, can, bella, ghetto on it. This one here has re, izzle, white, giga, deaf, bottom. So I need to use 1, 2, or 3 of these dice to make a word that is the texture of old chewing gum. Boogie bottom sounds possible. Yeah, all right, we'll go with that. We'll go with boogie bottom. So when I do that, I pick it. I then take one of these trays and I put it underneath the tray. I put that with everyone else's tray. The trays are then mixed up so that the person doesn't know who put down what tray. And you hide any dice that you might not have used, so if you use less than 3 dice. And then they are pulled off and read. Here we have Moon Magic, Chaos Jam, Plunk Fizzified, Boogie Bottom. Hey, that's mine, don't tell anyone. Coco Neo Dwarf, and Meat. Alright, so which one of these is the texture of old chewing gum? Now, if I was the person picking, I might have picked meat, because I think that's funny, just that one cube. But someone else might pick Chaos Jam, or you might think this weird Coco Neo Dwarf is the right answer. It doesn't matter. If he picks you, huzzah, you get the card. And then the next person's the wordmeister, and we continue until one person has got a certain number of cards. So, when it comes to these expansions, they add a pile more cubes. Now, it is going to be impossible to fit everything in the box with this insert in. Now, I have not tried it with the insert out yet, but let's see. We put the cards in there. These must be stacked so that only 3 can be stacked together because they'll fit in there. And then this is all the leftover space. I might be able to get it in. All these cubes certainly seem that they're going to fit in, because I don't want to keep the expansion boxes. And then I have all these extra cards. Oh boy, this is going to be tough. I can stick some there and some in this box. I think so. That looks close enough. Alright, it's not perfect, but it does look like everything fits in the box fine. And you have a total box. And of course you can just keep the expansion boxes, but I feel like that would be an extra waste of space. Anyway, those are the expansions of Fauxcabulary. Well, the good news is, don't need those boxes anymore, since I managed to fit everything in this game. So, I mean, I don't really know what to say about these expansions other than there's more of the same. And more of the same is good. But I'm curious what Melody thinks about the game in general, because I don't know if you were with me the first time I reviewed it. I don't know, it was a long time ago. But what do you think of Fauxcabulary itself?
I really like the game. I like how you can pick the different, the different syllables to put together to make one really weird words or word.
Or not a word. Or some weird sound.
Yeah. And you had to try to think of one that fit the category or the one that you think the person would actually pick. Like, didn't care about the category, just the one that was the funniest.
The game is really fun, especially, you see, my biggest concern with the original game, I loved it. I just said, man, I wish there was more dice. Now I have more dice. This is enough. I don't need more expansions for Fauxcabulary. There is a ton of dice in here to get tons of combinations. I don't remember how many dice came in the original game, but there was 21 in this, and then in each of these expansions, which I threw over here, there were 21. Each of these expansions has 12 more, so 24 plus 21 is 45. Each of those has 6 sides, which makes 240, 32, 70 different things to make on words. So that's pretty cool. Now, one of the things I did with Melody and some of her friends and stuff is we did a team game, which is one of the variations. Did you like doing it as a team?
Yes, it was fun to try to, like, combine the words, and I was glad I had teammates that were like, no, that didn't make much sense at all. Well, actually, none of the words made sense, but, like, when to fit with the category, so they helped me, and we got a better word out.
Yeah, and I like the game. Now, do be warned. The words in this game, I'm positive that the people who put this game there did this on purpose. But since I work with kids and deal with kids, they will do their best to try to form words that sound as close to words that they shouldn't be saying or using, okay? The game seems like it kind of says, oh, I didn't know if you put those two together it would sound like this. Yeah, you guys did. But, I mean, you don't have to play that way. I noticed that option is possible in the game. But it is fun. It's cool to see all the things. At the beginning, you try to always put 3 cubes together. After a while, you think, sometimes 1 or 2 cubes is a better choice. A blast to play. Definitely a party game we're going to keep in our collection. Fauxcabulary.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at DicetowerNetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.